Right there, Hazel. There's a couple of little tests that we want to check just before we get into making your routine to make sure that we get a routine that's going to be good for you so that I get a bit more of an idea of what I'm working with at the moment. The first thing we're going to be doing is an ankle stability test. And all we want to do for this is a movement that looks a little bit like this. So it looks like a very, very simple movement, but there's a few little technicalities to it. What we want to do is the leg that you're going to be standing on first, we want to ground it into the floor, lift your toes up as much as we possibly can do. And when we do this, you should be able to find the 3 ball points of your foot a bit easier. One underneath the big toe, one underneath the little toe, and one underneath the heel. You want to try and have your weight evenly placed across all 3 of them, and slowly lower the toes back down towards the floor. The other thing about lifting your toes up is that it's going to create more of an arch in your foot, so even if there's a foot that's slightly flat, it's going to bring up that arch good. So slowly lower the toes down, put a little bit of pressure of pushing the foot towards the outside, like the way we'd spread your feet if we were doing a squat. And then you're just going to get the other leg and you're going to tap it to be in line with the front of your foot and then tap it to be in line with the back of the foot. So it's like heels in line with toes and then toes in line with heels. Just doing these little taps, and every time we bring that foot forward, we're going to say it's 1 rep. So 1, 2, 3, and you'll probably notice that within about 10 reps, your ankle's going to bend a little bit. Most people will get some kind of burning sensation going between their ankle and the calves. Some people get this going into the glutes and a little bit in the hip flexors as well. Pretty much anywhere that's just a bit weaker is going to get it. And we're looking for you to do up to 20 reps on either leg to report back whereabouts it is that you're mainly feeling the burning sensations and which leg you feel is stronger as well. Do not be worried if you can't get up to 20 reps on either leg because it burns more than what you think it might do. The next thing we're going to get onto that is some hip thrusts, just to see where your hip strength's at the moment. You can do these with your back against something, or you can do these on the floor. And all we want to do is, as you know, feet about shoulder width apart, laying down, press your hips straight up until you get to a lockout point at the top, and easing on back down. We're looking to see where your hip strength is at right now. So I'd like you to do a set of up to 12 reps, but whether you get 6, whether you get 8, 10 or 12, I'm not too fussy. I just want to have a little check and see if the hip hinge still has some good power behind it. The next thing we're going to get onto is just a range test to see like how mobile your hamstrings and your hips are right now. All I want you to do is do a bodyweight good morning. So get your arms behind your head, squeeze your shoulder blades back together so that chest is nice and proud. And we're just going to push that butt backwards whilst letting the knees go soft and travel backwards, but the shins stay straight. So if you remember a while back, we used to do good mornings with your legs against the couch so the shins couldn't bend forward like that. We want to keep them straight, and we're just going down, 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 down with the chest, keeping those shoulder blades pulled back together and seeing how far down it is that we can comfortably go. Don't worry if it's not super far. Like for me, this is about as far as I can comfortably go before. If I go any further, I'm going to start rounding at the lower back or collapsing at the chest. We just want to go down as far as you can. Just 1 rep is going to be fine so we can see what that looks like. Next thing is we're going to do like a squat as well, just to see how comfortable you are with that. So if you want to get those arms straight out there for a bit of a counterbalance, shoulders above your feet, slowly sit yourself on down and just come down as deep as you feel comfortable. I want to see how deep it is that you can comfortably get. If there's any kind of weird pains going on there that you weren't aware of before, just seeing what we're working with. And then after that, all I want you to do is get both your arms, and we're going to do a overhead range test. So I just want you to get your arms, lift them up to be either side of your head, as straight up there as they can be. If you can do this from the front, a little bit from the side, get those arms up there as high as you can. But when we're bringing those arms back, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to lean your upper back in order to get more range. If you lift your arms up, and that's as high as they can comfortably get, and if we want to get them to there, involves you like bending at the elbow and leaning back a bit, don't even worry about it. I also want you to do it from the back. So if we can literally just go from the front, from the side, from the back, that'll be great, and that'll be absolutely everything there. I'll give a little refresh of the reps and stuff like that in a message for you. That's everything we're going through there, amigo.